Average survival of fruit flies following infection. In a study of the evolution of, I'm just going to say, A and B genes encoding antimicrobial peptides that can combat pathogens and foster beneficial microbes in fruit flies, researchers assessed DM resistance to pathogenic infections by PR and AS, bacteria common in the fly's environments. Subjects included flies identified by mutation silencing AB or both A and B, term types AB and AB respectively. In conjunction with the observation that resistance to PR correlates with A activity but is not significantly affected by B activity, data in the graph of survival rates post-AS infection suggests that... This is an extremely dense question. I'm going to start at the very end. Data in the graph of survival rates post-AS infection. So I think what they're saying is this chart is the sicerae infection. That's what this chart is showing. So in conjunction with, I'm just going to set aside. I'm going to set that completely aside and just ignore that. So data in the graph of survival rates post-A infection suggests that. Now, just to clarify, A, B, and AB mean that those genes are silenced. So if you look at the chart, right, silencing A basically does not change survival rate. But silencing B does change survival rate. And then silencing A and B also changes survival rate pretty much the same way. So if you get rid of element B, whatever it is, you get rid of the gene B, then the fruit flies die from the infection. So my take from this, even though it's an extremely tough question, is that the B thing is super, super important in the survival of the flies. That's my best guess as to how to do this. So A confers defense against regardless of the presence. I don't think so. B protects against only one bacteria species, whereas A protects against multiple species. I don't think so. B may have developed as a specific defense against... Well, that at least makes sense to me in light of the chart. So if the chart is showing just the A sicerae, and A seems to have no effect, B changes it. So that seems the best one so far. Defense against AS is strongest when both are present. But there is no both present, right? Because that would be the control that does not exist. They're only showing you when A is absent, when they're both absent, or when B is absent. So it can't be that one. I think it's C as in cap, and I'm going to try to talk through why it's not the first couple. Confers defense regardless of the presence of... It's definitely not that one, because it's a monster question. I'm going to move on from this question. I think it's C, but this is one of the toughest questions I have ever seen on an SAT. But that happens, right? Even as somebody who's been a tutor for a long, long time, you just get monster questions, especially on the verbal.